next presidential election going to be? 2024. Every 4 years. We have one in 20. Next one's in 24. Sometime in 2023, the fall of 2023. Actually, the summer. Spring and summer of 2023. People will start announcing, I'm running for president. Jot this down somewhere. Presidential election today. There's an, we all gotta take roll. There will be an incumbent. Y'all know what an incumbent is? Yes, you're in office, running for office again. Last time there was an incumbent. Before that, there was not an incumbent. Now, 1980, we had a Democratic president. The economy was crap. Things were in the tank. Jobs, inflation was sky high. There were threats all over the world. Is that it, Fulbright and Brown?
Yes, sir.
President Carter was the incumbent president, and he had a Democratic challenger. Usually the incumbent president does not have a challenger. Are things good in the economy right now? No. They're bad. They're going to get worse. They're going to get a lot worse. Because there's fuel shortages, there is shortages. There's no workers at the docks. It's going to be bad. Yeah. So it's possible there could be a Democrat rise up and run against Biden or Harris, whoever's the president. Then, an incumbent means you're in office. For sure, Republicans, there will be, I'm going to say 10 to 15 people announcing they're going to run for president. That's a guess. There's no minimum number, there's no maximum. It could be 30, it could be 4. We don't know, but several people are going to say, hey, I'm running for president. What would have to be done for them? We got to get it down to 1. We got to have the playoffs. Playoffs? They're called the primary elections. I'm going to assume there's not. There will be Democratic primaries, even if it's just Biden running. There will be Democratic primaries. There will be 50 Democratic primaries. There will be 50 Republican primaries. So what do you know about the primaries? Where will they take place?
Will it be in D.C.?
No. There's 50 of them. Every state is going to have a Democrat and Republican primaries. They don't have them on the same day. They're spread out throughout the spring of 2024. Every election year in the spring, we have the primary elections. In the fall of 2023, 2 years from now, you're going to hear about presidential candidates being in Iowa and in New Hampshire.
I think you've already talked about this before, but
Yes.
what is the
Caucus, the Iowa caucus.
Yeah, that's what I was.
Caucus is a meeting. The way Iowa does it, they don't have an election. The Democratic and Republican Party members will meet at their county seats. They'll go to the courthouse or the community building or whatever. The Democrats will go in one room, Republicans will go in one room, and they'll vote. And actually, the way Iowa does it, they don't vote. You do it by hand vote, and you try to talk each other into something.
So, why is it Iowa and New Hampshire?
California, it's always Iowa and then New Hampshire. It's like, I think on Tuesday it's Iowa and then maybe Saturday it's New Hampshire. California's ticked. They want to be the first primary. Iowa's perfect to be the first primary. What do you know about Iowa?
Pretty neutrally like.
How much there?
Des Moines.
Yeah.
And it's just a bunch of farmland. Okay? There's thousands of people in Iowa. There's millions of people in California. These candidates are going to spend about 4 or 5 months in Iowa. All of them. If you live in Iowa, you will personally speak to a presidential candidate. It's guaranteed. They get to know these people. They get to see them. They get to hear them. They get to question them. So I'm glad Iowa is the first primary. That's a very influential primary. I wouldn't want California or Texas to be the first primary because we wouldn't get the personal interaction that Iowa gets.
Too many different types of people
And these people really do get to see them and get a feel for who they are. New Hampshire, same thing. Small little.
So like the people that are talking in the separate rooms, is that just like the Iowa, state of Iowa, Republican?
It's the people.
Group?
The people in whatever, say Jones County. I don't know if there's a Jones County.
Oh, so they do it per county?
Yeah,
Oh,
like
okay.
Wise County.
We have a.
If you're a member of the Republican Party, you would go to Decatur and meet at the Civic Center.
I'll leave that.
And the Democrats go over here, Republicans go over here. And they come out with who they're, and they get places.
And then do they, compare that to all the other counties, and that's how we pick a.
And then I know that night, Iowa will say, here's the person who got first in Iowa, here got second in Iowa, here got third in Iowa. And all this is based on campaign money. Okay? As long as you're raising money, you get to keep running for president. If you get first, second, or third in Iowa, you're going to get to keep going. If you get fourth, fifth, or sixth, you might not be done to New Hampshire, but if you get fourth, fifth, or sixth in both of these, you're finished. You're done. Because no more campaign donations. If you win Iowa or you win New Hampshire, you're going to keep getting campaign donations, so you get to keep going.
What if you already, what if you're, Donald Trump, for example, a billionaire, he doesn't really make donations?
He also likes to win.
Yeah.
And if you keep losing, you can keep spending your own money.
Yeah.
But eventually you're like, this is dumb.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do this.
You can spend somebody else's money.
Hillary Clinton did the same thing. They spent some of their money, but then they started winning, and you'd always rather spend someone else's money than yours.
So do they do like the first, second, and third for just the Democratic Party, and then first, second, and third for the Republican? Or both?
It depends. If there's one or two people, if it's just the president running, it'll just be the president, and it's an afterthought. I'll give you a little sneak peeks. We started doing voting really dumb in this country. I hate early voting.
What's the point of that?
So they can count any time?
Well, the point is, okay, election day, it's a hassle to go vote.
Is it just like kind of eliminate the crowds?
Yeah, it's supposed to make it easier to vote, and I get that. However, if you have 2 weeks to vote, that's a whole lot more time for crap to happen. If you're gonna falsify records and go vote a bunch of times, it's easier to do it in a 2-week period than in a 1-day period. It's easier to have a fraudulent election in a 2-week period than a 1-day period. Also, I might vote for this person, and then next week something comes out that he's like a child molester. I mean, that's extreme, but there are things that can happen in that 2-week period. But mainly it's the corruption part. I don't like the idea of having a 2-week stretch for people to come do whatever they want. Especially since in Texas you don't have to have a photo ID to vote. You just have to have we'll get to that. I don't know if the law passed or, we talked about how it's racist to have a photo ID.
Yeah, we did.
Which I don't get that.
Yeah.
I don't understand that. Because I have friends that are black, I have friends that are Hispanic, and they have photo IDs. I have friends that are white that have photo IDs. You can get one for $5 if you don't have a driver's license. I have to have a photo ID to get a job. I have to photo ID to cash a check. I have to have a photo ID to buy, to get into a hotel. Yeah, what about vote? Shouldn't we be able to at least see, oh yeah, this looks like you. Okay, we'll let you vote. Okay, in the primaries.
Teachers, our trick-or-treaters are here. If you want to step out in the hall with your class, they will be making their rounds. Thank you.
No candy for them. We're bringing caffeine.
Yeah.